Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Friday night entertainment courtesy of MRC. We are here for the MRC-X penultimate round of the season. It's the home of British motor racing, it's Silverstone. Could we crown our first champion this evening? Night Shadow has a 51-point lead in the Challenger Championship. He only needs to score 8 points, and regardless of what anybody else does, he is champion. Mr. Blowhole Bailey in the elite tier is 5 points ahead. Likely won't win it tonight, but he can take a good lead. So, without further ado, before we get into this one-shot qualifying, let's introduce the co-com for the evening. It's none other than the bottle job himself, Mr. Connor Hardy. Good evening.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you? You ready for this?
Not too bad. I'm more than ready. I've just realised though, if Gav wins the sprint race, it's already confirmed then.
Yeah, literally. It'd be game over.
No pressure, Gav. I'm definitely going on board with you in qualifying.
Yeah, with it being one shot, I wanted to obviously get it so I can just jump on board with someone and let it go.
Yeah, usually I go with the person who gets disqualified after like one corner. That's usually what I do.
I've done that many times.
Let's just put me straight on Gav. No pressure.
I'm on Ghost Rider.
This is going to be interesting though.
Actually, let's have the blowhole.
Oh, Gav's gone really deep into turn 3.
No pressure on the blowhole.
Yeah, he's actually dropped a few places. Saviour and G-Star, those two trading P1 at the minute. Look at Carl right up there as well. Okay, as I say that, he drops. Connor Kerr strikes again.
Look at Danny as well.
Yeah, he's going to be on it today. He knows that he needs to take this to Gav.
Yeah, he pretty much needs an absolute blowout of a night.
Yeah.
And hope that Gav has a double DNF, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he's going to be praying. But oh, Gav's invalidated.
I haven't actually got the map up, so I'm not sure if Chris has or not.
Has Chris? Let's find out. No, he hasn't. Chris is good.
Well, just to keep somebody on the screen so we could get a relatively good lap.
His car is really nice, by the way.
It was designed by the Mrs. Blowhole.
Why do you think I'm calling it nice?
You little suck up. There we go, that is one-shot qualifying over. I'm sure we'll get some chance during one of the races to go into some facts about Silverstone as well.
Oh, there's many we can talk about here.
Oh, there really is. So there we go, Woomax takes the pole, Sergeant Uncle Sam in 2nd, G-Star in 3rd, Chris Bailey in 4th, RFC Danny in 5th, Mr. Hodgson in 6th, Saviour in 7th, Lorpy in 8th, Era Voice 9th, Ghost Rider 10th. So, starting the bottom 10, it's BITW, Kaiser Soze, Smoggy Ghost, Biff, Monster. Was a disqualification, so was Night Shadow, Scottish Ninja, Schofield, Kid Dynamite, and Johnny Smooth didn't even attempt to set times.
Yeah, so, this is shaping up.
Could be interesting, could this? I mean, RFC Danny's in prime position to take the Challenger win for the sprint at least.
It's a really interesting front row, isn't it? Woomax and Uncle Sam. Probably, don't get me wrong, we both know they're quick, but it's not a front row you'd expect to see necessarily.
You probably wouldn't expect Woomax with him being a tier 2. I mean, Uncle Sam is a tier 1 anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think the likes of G-Star, Saviour, Bailey, they've held back just that touch to try and keep it in the lines and not invalidate. It's better to be a few tenths off and get a lap on the board than end up at the back like some of the others did.
Yeah, that is for sure. But this is going to be interesting. I wonder, can Gav do it? Can Chris Bailey extend his lead in the elite tier? There's so many questions yet to be answered for this race.
It really is. We'll have a quick look at tyres and everything once we get going.
This is the pressure on these guys right now.
Everybody's gone mediums. Kind of predictable. Yeah, you can't get away with softs, especially at Silverstone.
I think Gav has glitched. Unless he just started his formation lap really early, because he was literally off the track when everyone else was on the grid spot.
Sounds about right for Gav. So let's have a look. Challenger tier. We have RFC Danny is first, Ghost Rider second, Smoggy goes third, Biff fourth. Gav is currently fifth, so that would give him 4 points.
Yeah.
So he'd be halfway towards what he needs, even if he just finishes where he is.
Yeah. Well,
there's still the chance he could take a few extras. He doesn't need to push too much.
Yeah, that's true.
For him,
if every driver finishes, then they get a point in this, because there's only 8 of them, isn't there?
There is for the Challenger, yeah, so whatever they do, they get something, as long as they cross the finish line.
Yeah. That is very
It's only 9 laps. I'm sure you can all make it with 9 laps. Well, let's hope they can anyway.
I mean, it's a track where you wouldn't really expect many safety cars, because the walls are pretty far away from the track, to be honest.
They are, but the problem is it's very high speed.
Yeah, true.
So when somebody does crash, they tend to throw a safety car for the whole purpose of the name, really, the safety element of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And say the walls are so far away, it still didn't stop a broken leg in 1999 for Michael Schumacher at Stoke Corner, and that was a hell of a run off at that point.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't stop Max Verstappen flying into the wall in Cops either, did it?
Nope, it really didn't.
It doesn't hurt when that dirty Brit took him out.
Ooh, shots fired. Connor woke up today and chose violence.
Yeah, I've just upset approximately 90% of the MRC, but oh well, it was worth it.
You'd be getting kicked off comms at this rate.
I'm going to be getting kicked out of probably Discord, but you know, I've just enjoyed it while it lasts.
Well, yeah, considering Hodgie is a massive Hamilton fan and he's the league manager, he can kick you out. Here we go, we're getting some lights. Don't know how many, I think it's 5. And we are pausing. Go! Womax is away fairly well. G-Star looks to have made a good start. He's up to 3rd. Bailey's up to 4th. Danny's dropped a position. Womax and Uncle Sam are absolutely side by side. They are giving no inches today. G-Star's dropped positions. He's down to 5th.
Yeah, he has.
I think he outbroke himself into 2 or 3, whichever one it is.
Yeah, Winmax did the same thing as well. He outbroke himself, and that gave Uncle Sam the inside to take the lead.
But everybody seems to have at least got going well. Eva Voice is
Look at the start Gab's made!
He's up to 10th. He is not holding back tonight.
That is some start. Wow.
I mean, Danny's holding his own. He's in P3.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He is not messing. He wants to take this fight to Gav.
He has to take this fight to Gav. At the end of the day, it's the battle of the Scots at the end of the day, so let's see.
Yeah, that's one thing. Regardless, we are going to have a Scottish Challenger tier champion. There is no denying that, but the big question is it a Rangers or a Celtic?
Can you imagine if Danny takes this on Gav over there?
Oh, it looks like Kid Dynamite's lost it in Beckett's.
I believe Kid Dynamite hasn't got a setup. He didn't expect everyone to ready up so quickly on the setup screen. I think it caught him off.
Oh, Uncle Sam's lost it in the final complex.
Oh, he has.
That's put Womax into 1st, with Danny absolutely pushing him around the track. Chris Bailey's just sat there in 3rd going, yeah, come on boys, just fall away and let me take the lead.
Yeah,
he's going to take no risks, but he will not give an inch.
Gav's past Ghost Rider now as well. He's up to 8th.
And 2nd in Challenger.
Yeah, so Gav needs 1 point as things stand from the main race.
Yep, I mean, he's got a lot of cars between himself and Danny, so his only hope now really is that they can all crowd Danny.
Yeah, well, if things stay as they are, all Gav needs to do is finish the main race.
Feature race in 10th.
Yeah.
10th position will give him it.
Well,
that is it.
8th is the lowest he can finish, so he's guaranteed literally to.
Yeah, as long as he finishes the race,
yeah, that's what I mean.
He's guaranteed a minimum 4 points. He will be champion as it stands. He just has to get to the end of the 9 laps of the sprint and the 26 laps of the feature race.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's have a look
it's
at
nice
this.
to see Danny's not giving up at all. He's pushing like crazy.
Womax is dropping him a little bit.
He is a little bit, and he's getting now under a bit of pressure from the blowhole himself, who's also trying to take his maiden MRC title. So,
Although Ghost Rider's not giving up with Gav, that gap is minute.
yeah, they were literally side by side heading into the final complex, but Gav outbroke him a little bit and stayed ahead.
Somebody has to give up there. You cannot realistically go side by side through there. I mean, it's not to say it can't be done. It's not sensible to do it.
It's not sensible to do it anywhere, to be honest. This track is well, there is a few places you can overtake, but there's a lot where you're taking the risk into your own hands.
Problem is for Gav, he's dropped out of DRS in front of him. Ghost Rider will have DRS on him.
He will, that is for sure, and Ghost Rider has shown some good pace over the last few weeks. I mean, Tier 1, did he not score points?
He did, I believe. He finished 9th.
Yeah.
So that's it's only 2 points, but a Tier 3 in a Tier 1 race, scoring points. I mean, hats off to the guy.
That's what I mean, it's fair play, that's all I said. But now Ghost Rider's actually fallen back a bit from Gav here.
Which is what Gav really wants. I was speaking to Gav earlier, and I know he's not gone ridiculous on his setup this week.
I'm not at all surprised.
He's gone for stability. He doesn't want to be Larry and loose tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Gav's a no traction runner on pads, so already respect to him, but yeah.
He is if he's still running it.
Yeah, that is for sure. Maybe he's just put the full traction on for tonight just to be extra safe. But
it looks like Danny is just about to drop out of this DRS though, which is going to give Chris an absolute field day, because he's practically pushing him around the track anyway. Womax just needs to stay ahead during this complex, and
Bailey just got so close to the rear of Danny.
He keeps doing it on a lot of the corners, and Danny is not going to have DRS here.
He's not, and Bailey will be wanting to put a car between himself and G-Star and Xavier here, so
he really will, because G-Star's flying round behind him. Let's have a quick look at YouTube chat, because I can see we've got some comments popping up. Well, we've got a few seconds. So let's have a look. Good evening, Martin. Bailey's rocking the Ann Summers sponsored something Tron 3000. I'm not repeating that. Sharon says let's go Night Shadow. Ryan says the Brawn will hit the track in Brazil. Can't wait to see it. Martin says he was there when Schumacher broke his leg. And Mandy says good evening and go Gav. And Chris has got the move done on the way down to Stowe. I think G-Star's about to follow him as well. I think Danny's managed to defend it.
Yeah, there was a bit of wheel to wheel between them two, but now Xavier's looking for the outside.
Oh, I was expecting. I wonder if we were going to get a through goes Hamilton moment with Hodgie then.
I was ready with the line. I literally was ready to say it.
Well, I wasn't going to go Hamilton. I was going to go through goes Hodgie.
Yeah, that's what I'd have done as well, but I was trying to make sure I got the right name when I did say it.
Oh, we've got a few penalties racking up. Let's have a quick look at these. They're all 3 seconds, and it's Mark Hodgson, Monster, Johnny Smooth, Smoggy Ghost, and the Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, Kid Dynamite he's managed to catch back up to the pack after his little bit of...
He's really struggling tonight, which is not Kid Dynamite at this track. I mean...
Yeah.
Just ask Sarge, he will tell you how fast Kid Dynamite is at this track. I think Monster's had a moment.
He has. He's round.
And there looks to be an absolute mile between Kaiser Soze and Night Shadow. And Gav has a Scottish Ninja for company now.
Oh God.
And we know from the last few weeks he has been absolutely rapid these last few weeks.
Well, he dominated the Tier 4 race on Wednesday.
He really did.
He didn't even look in. Well, there was a few moments of scare for him, but here he goes.
He's going for it.
Move on Gav, they're side by side.
He's got him.
And he's done it. Yeah. I'm not used to seeing Gav get overtaken in a straight line. It's weird.
I know, because he normally runs 1-0 wings, so he's like,
That's what I mean.
speed!
Yeah, you know there's nowhere...
He thinks he's Jeremy Clarkson. Speed and power!
You can just imagine Gav's face getting pressed back. But, yeah, G-Star right on the back. Danny's still in the DRS just about, so it's saving him kind of from G-Star for now, but Chris has started to pull away and started to catch Womax.
And all it's really doing is creating a trade.
Yeah, it really is. Well, the train ends pretty much at Scottish Ninja, so...
Yeah, it was 6 seconds back with a Night Shadow absolutely hounding him.
Yeah, Gav will not want to lose to another fellow Scotsman, so...
He won't, but at the same time he needs to think sensibility, points, points, points.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk for him, is it, at all, so... Just stick with him, get his DRS, let him pull you.
Danny's dropped out of DRS now of Chris. Could he be susceptible to G-Star now, who doesn't look the quickest through Maggots and Beckett's? I wonder if he's gone for straight line speed over downforce and cornering. But here comes G-Star, he's got him.
Saviour's having a little look as well.
He certainly is, but he's backed out with that. Very sensible.
Danny's flashing, by the way, as well. Danny's been using his ERS a lot in defence here. So.
Well, you've got to when you've got these fast guys around you. If you're in Challenger tier at this point, you've got two options. Gav's had a spin!
Oh, he has, yeah. He's now down to last as well.
Which is only 1 point. That's not good for him.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Back to the battle with Danny, who's about to get hounded by the Hodge.
He is, but he may get the place back anyway because of the 3 seconds potentially, but
I mean, at this point, if you're a Challenger tier driver, you've got to think to yourself, right, I'm either going to have to battle like crazy, keep these guys as a buffer, or do I just let them go and run my own race?
Yeah, exactly, and obviously he probably won't actually know what's happened to Gav right now anyway, so...
He might do, because I reckon he'd be on a party with Scottish Ninja, and they were close enough that they'd have been on each other's screens, I reckon.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if there was maybe a bit of contact between the two.
I'd hope not.
Maybe Danny's paid him off.
Maybe so. I mean, at the moment, it's looking good for Danny.
It is, it definitely is, but obviously Gav will still be scoring a point as long as he gets to the end. And that just reduces what he needs from the main race, so...
Have a look a little bit further back. So... Carl Edens is hounding the back of Ghost Rider. Let's stay on board with this battle for a little bit. Because it seems to have gone a little bit quiet up the front, other than Saviour following G-Star, but that's not really going anywhere.
It's not. I mean, Saviour is probably... They're all so close in the championship, the top three. I love it how those three are always together on track all the time at MRC-X.
Although, crucially, the blowhole is in DRS of Womax.
Yeah, he definitely is, so...
Could we see a late charge? He's got a lap and a half to try and get past him.
Yeah,
or is he just going to play sensible and take the 7 points?
Chris doesn't usually need a second invitation to go for an overtake, so...
No, but he'll be very calculated about how he does it at the moment.
That's true, because one spin and all of a sudden he's losing a heap of points to his main rivals, so...
Literally, it's not ideal.
It really, really isn't. I mean, Mark's still stuck a little bit behind Danny here, so I wonder if Mark's just sort of like, well, Danny's not my fight, I don't really need to get past him, I'll take 5th in the elites, so...
I think he'll be trying to sort of work out Kaiser Soze as well. Because that is his main battle on Monday, is Kaiser Soze, so he'll be trying to work him out where he's fast, where he's slow, what he needs to do to his own setup.
Yeah, it's mind games as well, because these guys, it's like a psychological advantage heading into Monday, isn't it, in some way, so...
Can't see any damage on Gav, so I think it's literally, he's just... probably just driving to the end now, because it's the last lap anyway.
Yeah, he knows.
He's got just over a lap to go, but He's 3 seconds back.
Yeah. There's been a spinner. Monsters round again.
It certainly is not the best night for him. Let's have a quick look up front because Xavier is still hounding the back of G-Star.
Yep, he definitely is. Let's have a look, because he's actually closer than he has been at any point as well, so...
Just coming around Luffield, heading up on the old pitch straight towards Corps. Hopefully no side-by-side action through there.
Oh, yeah, not nice.
I mean, he's absolutely on the back of him going into Maggots and Beckett's.
He is, and like you said, he's starting to struggle.
Yeah, we saw this earlier. G-Star did not seem overly quick, although Sabi's losing a little bit of time. Danny's just got 3-second penalty, but that ain't going to affect him in his fight in the Challenger.
Sabi's not close enough. Unless he's going to send it really late. He is closing, but not anywhere near enough. So G-Star just got the slightly better exit.
Hodges finally got past RFC Danny. Not that it really matters for either of them, it just puts Hodgie in a better position for the elite side of things. Yeah,
he's not going to lose to Scottish anyway, so he should be fine. But
and there we go. Sprint is over. So Womax takes the 8 points. Chris Bailey takes 7. G-Star takes 6. Xavier 5. Kizasoze 4. Mark H 3. That will leave Sergeant Uncle Sam with 2 and Era Voice with 1 for the elite tier. In the Challenger, it'll be 8 for Danny, 7 for Scottish Ninja, 6 for Ghost Rider, 5 for Schofield, and it's just cut off on me, so I can't finish that one.
By the way, Gav actually got 2.
Who did you get past?
Fun at the end. And Gav managed to get past.
That's 2 down, 6 to go.
Yeah. So all he has to do effectively is finish. Isn't it 7th in the out of the 8 in Challenger, and he's done it.
Smoggy Ghost is behind him as well, so that'll actually give him 3 points.
Oh yeah, wow, well done Gav.
It'll be 1 for Johnny Smooth, 2 for Smoggy Ghost, 3 for Night Shadow, 4 for Biff.
Yeah.
5 for Schofield, 6 for Ghost, 7 Scottish Ninja and 8 for Danny. So that's 3 down, 5 to go.
Yeah, it definitely is. So Gav is now in prime position. He's ready. Danny had a great race though. He's looking pretty imperious in that for the Challenger tier at the moment. So let's see.
Smoggy Ghost had 6 seconds of penalties. I think that's what did it.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I saw he was in. Gav was in front of Johnny Smooth, but obviously it got off.
That looks a little cloudy.
Oh, I mean it is Silverstone.
Yeah, I mean it's the home of the British Grand Prix. Of course, we're going to get water at some point.
Oh, we've already got a report as well.
Although, unlike in reality, where we're suffering 20-odd degree heat today.
Oh, it's horrible.
I think it'll be almost time to dig out all the fans that we've put away.
Well, it's meant to be closer to 30 tomorrow.
Some places are going to be 31. I think where I am is predicted about 28.
I think we are actually predicted 30, but yeah.
Don't envy you then.
I don't want it to be. That's the point. But yeah, it's what it is. But I'm going to make a weekend off for both tiers. I think G-Star's going to win in the elite tier, and I think Scottish Ninja is going to win in the Challenger tier.
Bold prediction. Let's have a look at tyres. So we've got Hard, Fort, G-Star, Saviour, Mark Hodgson, Ghost Rider, Sergeant Uncle Sam, Era Voice, Lorpy, Kid Dynamite and Night Shadow. Mediums for Womax, Chris Bailey, Keizer Soze, RFC Danny, Scottish Ninja, Schofield, Carl, Biff, Smoggy Ghost, Monster and Johnny Smooth. So quite a nice mix there.
Yeah, there is. It's a very even spread across the field. So
now what's going to be crucial is, can G-Star stay very close? Womax has spun at Luffield. Not good start, but luckily it's an installation lap.
Yeah.
Can G-Star stay close enough to Chris Bailey? Because Chris needs to scamper off now for his slower stint later, whereas if G-Star can stay close, then he'll be faster later.
Well, a safety car at the right time will play more into Chris's hands than it probably will G-Star's.
I reckon that's probably why he's done it. Because we have seen a trend recently in our races of a safety car in the first 10 laps.
Well, that's why recently I've started on mediums. Because the anticipation of safety cars has driven me towards that strategy.
The problem is here, it's the slowest pit lane of the season.
Yeah, it really is.
It's 37 miles an hour compared to the 50 of most other places. But the cut-off line is about where the start of the complex is, so it goes all the way around the corner and all the way round turn 1 before it releases you again.
Yeah, I remember when people used to take that because it's quicker to get to the finish line through the pit lane than it was through the thing. But YouTube chat, tell us, how many speeding in the pit lane penalties are we going to see today?
Probably quite a lot if somebody knocks the board over.
Yeah, that as well. That'd be a bit of an issue, but Schofield, he's in it. Schofield's livery's a Caterham, by the way. It looks really nice.
Well, we'll have a quick look through liveries. Hopefully, yeah, once the action dies down a little bit. But there we go, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and we are...
The pause.
Go! Chris has had a great start. I think he's going to swamp Womax a little bit. Going to be a bit side by side into turn 1, which is always risky. He's backed out a little bit.
Sose's made a great start.
Lopez had a 5-second penalty for a collision with Biff and is now right at the bottom of the field.
Carl's round.
Oh, it's a little bit of chaos at the moment. People are going off all over the place. We'll try and get an update on where everybody is shortly.
Oh, Gav's had a big twitch side by side with Johnny, but he's got the move done even still.
Yeah, he's up to P13, which is a good start for him. But he is massively back off the pack, so he really needs to get the hammer down now.
Yeah, I think those guys all got caught up in a little bit. Suddenly he's got Kid Dynamite right behind him. Johnny's gone straight on into...
That's how it was. I just saw a car disappearing.
Yeah.
Schofield's got Scottish Ninja.
Yeah, Schofield's had a great start.
Scottish Ninja and Ghost Rider have just gone side by side. Eee!
They've just made us look really rubbish.
We were in the wet.
True, that is fair.
And it was like a few days after the Hamilton-Verstappen incident at Cops. So I think we both just had visions of that. I went, no, not today.
My cojones just fully went bust on me.
And then Genie goes, yeah, thank you very much, the pair of you.
I felt so stupid when he just blew past. I was like, brilliant, cheers.
You're not the only one.
Me straight away after saying, good fight with Simba and Cops. I was like, I bet you're proud of that. But let's see, because Ghost Rider and Ninja side by side into turn 1. Oh my goodness.
Let's go have a look. It's probably the biggest source of action we've got all over the track at the moment.
Those two are going side by side through places you should not be going side by side through. But
let's just hope it doesn't end in tears.
I'd argue they're more talented than Verstappen and Hamilton with the way they haven't come together yet. So.
Shots fired.
Verstappen and Hamilton this time.
Shots fired.
There's about 100% of the Discord, but oh well.
Yeah, there might be a few you haven't.
Rob might be alright with me because he's Alonso, so.
There is still a few Ferrari fans out there for the sins.
Yeah, I mean I'm still there, but I am edging away now. I am taking applications for a new team to follow.
Just be a neutral.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's sometimes a lot easier just to be a bit of a neutral and watch the action.
Yeah, well this season I might just be like a fake Verstappen fan and just pretend I always have been because he's going to win it by like half a century, but...
It's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm more of a neutral.
Yeah.
Just watching it for the fun.
Yeah, I don't...
As long as you ignore the fact that Max is actually racing, which the TV coverage does a lot, you get to see some great fights.
Yeah, you do. That is for sure. Oh, I think Gav's had a moment. Gav's round.
No, Gavin.
I think he's beached it. No, he's recovered it. Oh, Gav.
This is not what he needs to be doing.
I knew I shouldn't have given him the Heineken bottles.
You did what?
He asked for them. So I shared them, but...
You should not have shared them. Tell him he could have them afterwards.
Oh, well, he
Celebratory drink.
Yeah, good point. Well, he wanted it before because he thought he'd already won, but... Sorry. He needs a safety car, that's what he needs.
Well, he's only a couple of seconds back. He's guaranteed at least 4 points.
And how many did he got? He got. So he'd be one away. Oh my goodness.
He needs one more position. With plenty of laps to go.
Yeah,
there's still a chance yet. He's done this a few times. He's had a bottle job early on, spun to the back. The thing is, he's on the hards now, so he's going to get them out of the way and probably be quicker later on.
Yeah, he definitely
There's every chance for safety cars, crashes, everything. It's definitely not over.
Well, literally one crash in the Challenger.
Oh, somebody getting a load of penalties.
Yeah, and Gab's champion. That's literally all it takes now. So let's see. But out front, I mean, G-Star had I don't think we picked up on it really, but he had a pretty horrendous start from what, P3.
He did a bit. He got swamped on the hards. The only person who seems to be making that work quite well is Saviour.
Yeah, he's still on
Chris
the
Bailey with the fastest lap.
Yes.
No points for that in X, don't forget.
Yeah.
But he's
Oh, who's round? It's Biff. That might gain Gav a position actually.
Biff and Johnny by the looks of it.
Safety car, virtual.
Yeah, Johnny seems to be mowing the grass and has no front wing. Yeah, I think Biff and Johnny have had a bit of a coming together. And Gav's had to let him go because it's probably giving him illegal overtake now.
Yeah, it probably has, which is a load of rubbish, but...
Well,
now Biff's just giving it back.
Oh, what a mess.
Guys, just ignore it, honestly, and just report it after. It's so much easier.
Martin Hill says, I've heard that Bailey's car needs 4 AA batteries and has 14 variable speeds. Apparently should always be washed carefully with a fragrance-free soap after racing and stored dry to prolong its life.
Now, Mark, did you see comms chat earlier with the thing Chris posted?
No, but I may have done and just overlooked it. I'll have a quick look now.
It's literally his car.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
I just thought it actually did, like, the background of it looks like his car, but yeah, we're not going to talk about what it was on live anyway.
I bet Johnny Smith is having fun in Maggots and Beckett's with no front wing.
Yeah, that's probably not the nicest thing in the world. Gav's got past him as well. I'm not surprised.
Schofield's had a moment by the looks of it. He's dropping down, not into the clutches of Gav just yet though. But no. Chris Bailey's absolutely hounding Womax now.
He's right on the back. Saviour's also right on the back of Soze. So Saviour has really got those hard tyres working now.
Ryan says he would sit on Bailey's car and take one for the team. Johnny Smooth's out. Pit lane.
That means if Gav gets to the end,
he's champion.
Yeah.
He only has to finish the race now. It doesn't matter what anybody else does.
Let's not tell him that though. Because he's got the Heineken bottles, remember?
Told you not to give him bottles or anything until he finished.
Well, I'm sharing them with all my fellow title protagonists in each tier this season. I just feel like it's a good gesture for me.
What,
because I don't want them.
You're just trying to get rid of them, aren't you?
Yeah, literally.
So I can't call you a bottle job anymore.
Well, you've milked it for long enough now, so...
Oh, I'll milk it as long as I can until you win that damn title.
This is where I don't win next week now. But look at the battle. Saviour's right on the back. He's looking at KZ2. I've forgotten the name of the corner, but he's looking. And
that's Stowe, is that one?
Yeah, that was a good move. Oh, but Kayser's looked back. Come on, give me a through goes Kayser. Oh, it's close.
He's going to do it. Through goes Kayser. We got one moment.
I had to get one. Oh, no, they're side by side into turn 1. Saviour's going to get a warning for that, but I tell you something, Saviour is really, really pushing the boundaries here, considering he's in a title fight.
Saviour's also on hard tyres, Kaiser Soze is on mediums, but what this is doing is it's creating a gap for Chris, which is exactly what he wants. He just needs to find a way past Wumax, but the
needs
speed
Chris
Wumax
to
has got around this track is insane. I think
David's got round the outside.
He's finally got him.
Great. Oh, he's gone deep though. This opens up for Kaiser again. They're just setting
It
us up
really
for
has
cops,
coming
that's
out of
what
left
they're doing.
field. Oh no, not a side-by-side through cops moment.
Oh, okay, Sadie's got it done.
K
Thank goodness.
Either Sabi got it done or Kaiser goes, no, not today. I choose life.
Yeah. But I tell you something, Danny's pulled away. I mean, Mark's on the hard, so that's why there's probably a gap between him and Danny currently. Kid's all the way up to 10th. He's made a great.
Monsters round again.
Oh, Monster he's gone full Kylie Minogue today.
Oh, I thought, looked like he'd just come out of the
Came
pit,
out
but
the old pit exit, yeah.
I knew there was a pit lane there somewhere.
He's in the F2 car pit lane.
Wrong pit.
Wrong one, mate. Yeah. But
Lopez just got Schofield, and I think Kid Dynamite's
Biff
just got
round.
Scottish Ninja. Oh, not a good night for Biff.
He's just done a Danny Kvyat, but not DNF'd. So, okay.
Kid Dynamite's finding his pace now.
He is, he's I still believe he did the qualifying thing deliberately yet again. But, let's see.
Unless
Ooh, Chris, yep.
Unless he was AI for most of the sprint, 'cause he did warn me that he might not make it properly, because he was trying to put his son to bed.
Oh yeah, very, very good point.
Maybe that's why he didn't qualify and he was not spectacular in the race like we'd expect.
Yeah, that is very, very true. But let's see, so at the minute, I mean, Scottish Ninja has just been overtaken by Kid, so Kid's now on the back of Mr. Uncle Sam. So that's one to be watching. A little battle. Mark Hutchins dropped off the back a little bit. His hards aren't working for him as of yet. But Kaiser's held on well here to Saviour.
He has. He's got the better tyres, he's just... Saviour's clearly got the speed.
Yeah, he definitely has. I've got a feeling Biff may be retiring in the pit because it looked like he got rear wing damage. Unless he's going to keep going, maybe he will.
Well, he's in the pit lane.
But he took a massive clout on the rear wing, so I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have damage to it.
It's going for hards. It's a little bit early to get to the end.
Yeah, this track is stupidly high.
And he's gone.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I'd be very surprised if he didn't have rear wing damage from what I saw.
So literally Gav just needs to finish the race.
Yeah, don't put this pressure on him.
You can be 6 laps down, just finish.
Hold on, Gav, let me just drive to Scotland. I will come and take the Heineken bottles away. And then give them back
Drive
to you.
slowly and finish.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's like the opposite to Simba's usual driver coaching advice. Usually it's be less rubbish and drive faster.
Well,
This time he's saying
that's
slower.
technically Jay Sarge's coaching.
Well, you've just stole it and shared it with Scottish Ninja and made him into a beast.
Yeah, no, I'm had to do a lot with him. I think I will probably next season. Because it looks like he's probably going to be going tier 3, so he's going to have to learn to drop the line.
Yeah, that is for
Have
sure.
a look at Wumax's livery, because Martin
yeah.
Hills seems to really like it. And I actually like that.
It's nice, isn't it? It's very different to what we usually see.
Let's have a quick look through anyway, while we're not got a lot going on.
Ninja's just got... I think Mark's had a moment. He's dropped a lot of places.
Possibly then.
Yeah.
We'll see if he recovers. We've seen Mr. Bailey's. It needs batteries.
It needs batteries and...
Save you in the
brakes.
battle of the females in your life.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, not a bad livery, not at all.
Yeah.
Keys of Soze. Yeah.
It looks a bit like a McLaren in some strange way, just with purple on it.
Yeah.
From cockpit it does anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that.
G-Stars is the
Quite
same
nice.
as every week.
Yeah. RFC Danny. That's interesting.
Looks like he's trying to be a fake American.
Really does. Sergeant Uncle Sam, speaking of Americans.
I really like that.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Kid seems to be probably the same as every week because he didn't really get a chance to make one.
Yeah.
Scottish Ninja I know has gone different. It's Lotus inspired this week.
Looks like a Duracell battery. Sorry, but it does.
Mr. Hodgson's is the same as last week. I think he's just running that to the end of the season now.
Last minute though, didn't he? So he had no way of making a new one.
Ghost Riders is quite nice.
It is. Yeah, it looks like a Mercedes but failed.
Well, here with voice, you can't miss that, can you?
Whoa, he's got I think Hodgson's been giving him tips. Wow.
Lorpy's looks familiar.
Yeah, Floppy Lorpy has gone for
Smoggy Ghost,
I
let's
like
have a
the
look
red
when it gives me a proper camera angle.
Ooh, that's nice, Smoggy Ghost.
I'm just on board his front wing at the moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, it's the
From
fish.
the side it looks really good.
That's one of the in-game liveries. It's the koi carp.
Skip.
Monster. Let's see what Andrew's got for us. Black and gold by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks.
Is this another JPS Lotus inspired? Schofield. Yeah. That's a Caterham, I believe he said.
Yeah, it looks really good actually. He's done a pretty good job of that.
The McBitty Hobnob.
McLaren.
Yep,
old
anyway. School McLaren. And Night Shadow's getting skipped.
Yeah, he's not,
no imagination, boy.
He might be on for a championship, but he's definitely not on for the
Let's jump to G-Star because he's only half a second behind Kaiser now. I think this is the point where the mediums are going to start to tire out a little bit. I mean, I personally find they only go to about 12 laps.
Yeah, but I think soon we're going to see them guys in.
So they are going to start to get very tired now, and the hards will be the optimal tyre.
The thing is, Chris is going to have a gap over Saviour when it's Saviour, but then how much time is Chris going to actually gain by doing? Obviously, it's going to be a pretty big undercut, but let's see.
Apparently, Bailey's car doesn't use Castrol Patronus or Shell lubricants, and instead is kept running smooth by cutting-edge lubricants from KY. Oh God, Mr. Hills.
I was going to say, was that a Mr. Hills comment again by any chance?
I didn't even need to say it, did I?
No, you didn't. I knew the minute of the wording of it kind of gave it away, but
Smoggy Ghost in the pits. I'm guessing he's given up on the mediums, which means Night Shadow's gained a position. He's having a very quiet race, so back there on his own.
I feel like we should just leave him alone and not like concentrate on him in any way, because I know if I go to him, he's going to get a barrier. So
Chris seems to be getting closer to Womax than he has been doing. He's gaining
Womax had
a
little moment out of cops.
He's gained a fair chunk through Maggots and Beckett's, apart from the end of where Chapel is. I think he had to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of traction there that saved.
I think he was gaining on Womax that much he had to back off to avoid the back of him. Womax has pitted.
He has.
So the blowhole is leading.
Ghost Rider's round.
Kaiser's pitted as well. Let's have a look at Ghost Rider. He's recovered fairly quickly. So it must not have been an awful spin. You can have some absolute monster spins through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, Kaiser Soze, I don't know if you mentioned it, but Soze's also in. I probably missed you saying it, but
yeah, I did mention that one. And Schofield's pitted as well.
Come on, the Schofield.
Let's have a quick penalty update. We've got 3 seconds for Uncle Sam, 3 seconds for Hodgson, 8 for Lorpy, 5 for Soze. Has he got a pit lane penalty?
Yeah, that might be the first
3 for Smoggy Ghost.
I'm making a tally of all the pit lane speeding.
If you go race director, it should tell you.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction is 4.
Let's have a look at positions gained. Kid Dynamite is up 11 positions. The biggest one who's lost out so far is Womax, down 12, but he has pitted. He was running first. Soze's down 10. Schofield's down 7, but they're all pit lane people who've pitted. So the one who seems to have lost out that hasn't pitted is Mark. He's down 2.
Yeah, Mark's had a quiet but fairly solid race. I think he
Chris
did
has
have that
pitted.
little moment earlier. Chris has. He's come in, so he's reacting to Wimax. Will he get the overcut though? That's the question.
Obviously, Sabia's stayed out because he's on the hards. He's got the better tyres currently.
He wouldn't go to the end, I don't think, on mediums at this point anyway. Cause
No, you wouldn't.
They only have 12 laps, so let's see. Is Chris going to get out in front
Just
of
keep an
Wimax?
eye on where Wimax is. Wimax is just coming through Stowe now.
But Chris is only at 37 miles per hour. Meanwhile, Wimax will be probably trundling at quite a lot more.
He's coming round the
I don't
complex.
think he's going to do it.
He's round the final corner. Where's the blowhole?
Is it just exiting? Going to be close.
Wimax is just coming around.
Bailey's got him.
This should be... Yep, literally. Oh, that's going to be so gutting for Wimax. He can literally see him in front.
Fair play to Wimax though. What a drive he's produced so far.
Oh, he has. I mean, there's still every chance he could take this back off him yet.
I mean, he was, I would argue, pretty much, for the majority of that anyway, matching Chris Bailey for the pace, so...
He was, and he's pushing him round at the moment. Chris is trying to warm up his tyres. Wimax has had a lap on his, so he's more comfortable. This is
the thing is, Wimax has nothing to lose here, does he? He's the outlier. He's not in a championship fight, whereas Chris has everything to lose, so...
Yep, and there's no worse feeling than trying to warm them hards up while somebody's hounding you from behind.
No, that is definitely true.
Plus, Wimax is going to have the DRS as well. Has Chris got enough ERS to actually defend it?
He probably has. I highly doubt he's used it. It would have recharged somewhat in the pit lane. Wimax is closing. He's not going to be close enough, but will he have a look into the final complex? That's the question.
Kid Dynamite's pitted.
He has, but he was on the hard, so Kid's gone early to mediums here.
Maybe a little bit too early. But
actually, it's only 12 laps, to be fair.
13, they've only just started lap 14.
Yeah, true. So yeah, so he's just doing one extra lap pretty much than what Bailey and that did, so...
I suppose it depends on your tyre wear. If you're good on your tyres, you could make that work.
You can pretty much do half race on mediums just under, so...
Depends how dead you want them to be.
Well, yeah, that's true as well. But
that's your problem, because they do die very fast. Let's see.
They definitely do, but he's got Kaiser Soze right up his chuff.
Mr. Hill said it's almost impossible to undercut on hards in this game. Should be different in 23, because the tyre warm-up is supposed to be a lot faster. Because you see them on real life, they come out of the pits and they're flying. Couple of corners they struggle a little bit and then they're gone.
Well, wait till a few seasons when tyre blankets are banned. Sabre's in the pits, by the way.
He certainly is. G-Star stayed out though, so he's going to take the lead temporarily.
This is going to be interesting because we saw Chris do the overcut.
Chris is currently 26.5 seconds behind G-Star.
Xavier could do this, you know. It's going to be insanely close.
Where's Chris? Chris is in the complex. I think Xavier's going to have him.
He's in the exit. Xavier's literally just exiting the pit lane now. He's going to do it. Xavier's going to. Let's go to Chris quickly. Yeah, Xavier's done it. He's out. So the overcut seems to work quite well around here.
It certainly does.
Tyre warm-up is a big problem around here because it's just constant high-speed corners, isn't it? So
that's your problem, yeah, because the game just provides you no grip.
Yeah. See? Who said MRC-X doesn't teach you anything, guys? I hope you're all watching and taking notes.
Well, probably not. They were probably all down the pub, which is why they didn't want to race in the first place.
Why would you be down the pub when MRC-X is happening? We're literally going to crown a Scotsman, potentially, as champion.
I want to say, keep the potentially, because he's got to finish the race.
I mean, I've just got to decided to watch him for a couple of seconds.
Danny pitted. Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Because I noticed Ghost Rider was ahead of him.
I'm impressed by Danny today, though. He's really mixed it with the big boys, doesn't he?
G-Star and Uncle Sam have pitted. Can they get out ahead of Saviour and Bailey?
Yeah,
is the question.
The thing is, imagine
I don't think they're going to actually, because Saviour's in the complex already. G-Star's
he's not the exit.
Close to the limiter line.
I tell you what, he might get
Saviour's
Bailey, though.
flying past.
Oh no, he's not going to get Bailey either.
No,
he's not going to get Max either. He's going to be 4. He's lost it out of the pit!
No way!
G-Star lost it on track.
No, it's Uncle Sam.
Yeah, G-Star did it as well.
It must have recovered fast because he's only a second behind Ghost Rider.
Yeah, no, he didn't hit the wall, but what happened was he was about to get out in front and G-Star just lost traction and missed the wall by about half an inch.
Oh, never good. Uncle Sam really lost it though and is now massively under pressure from Gap. Oh no!
3
contact!
seconds to go. Oh, he's round.
There was contact between Gab and Uncle Sam.
Oh no.
I wonder if that'll pop up in the stewards afterwards.
Well, as long as he gets to the end, even still. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, true, he can be 6 laps down, and which will probably be a blessing if you do less laps.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be the way Gab wants to win the title, but nevertheless.
Well, I didn't want to win mine by finishing in 7th position, but...
Yeah, I mean...
You take what you take.
I mean, it was the race after that we had the most fun.
Oh yes, the last to first challenge.
Yeah.
At Spain.
I learned that gravel wasn't a very nice thing in that race. But
Stop trying to mow the grass at Ghost Rider, 5 seconds in the pits.
That's 2. I think we're going to see a lot. I think that's going to become a big trend this week, to be honest.
So do I. It's so easy to do it at this track.
Yeah, it really is. Max, I'm really impressed by. Look at the way he's hanging on to Bailey as well. It's not even the cold tyres anymore.
And Bailey's losing time to save your hand over fist.
Yeah. Max could be an early prediction for the Tier 2 race this week. He's looked insane.
Really has.
Gab's in the pits. He's going for his mediums.
You see, the problem is now for Bailey, Sabie's on the mediums, Bailey's on the hards. I think this is now Saviour's to lose.
Yeah, it really is. So, actually, I don't actually know fully the points gap in the...
I think it was 5 points to G-Star.
I think we're going to have a look.
Something like 7 to Saviour.
It's insane how close that is.
Oh, it's 8 to Saviour.
Yeah, so...
Saviour could potentially take the lead here.
No, Bailey gained 2 on him in sprint, didn't he? So, Saviour will only gain 5 over the duration of the weekend, effectively. So...
He's going to jump G-Star again, though. And this is really going to be sweaty for next week.
What a final we have next week, though. Wow.
It really is going to be an absolute spectacular finale.
I think we need... are you going to put in about reverse grid, potentially? Can you imagine? I don't even know if it would be fair, to be honest. I think it would just be stress for these guys.
I think just let them race on what they're expecting.
Yeah, entertainment for us, don't get me wrong, but...
Well, you're supposed to have a special guest next week, if I recall correct.
Yeah, I'm waiting for confirmation on that. He's going to let me know.
Well,
he actually lands tomorrow, so he's going to let me know Sunday.
I'll put myself down as driving.
Yeah.
And if you do get your special guest, I'll do driver comms. If not, then I'll jump in the box for you again.
Yeah,
nice. We can have a finale.
I think it's going to be one to watch. I'm so excited for next week already, just for the Elite tier. I mean, obviously, Challenger tier looks like it's going to be done today. But the Elite tier, wow.
I mean, Danny has literally done everything he could.
They reminds me of me at Japan.
Yeah, done everything he could and still lose it on somebody doing what they need to. It's like a bit of a Senna versus Prost type feeling.
Yeah, literally.
Danny's done a Senna. I want to win. I want to destroy you.
Yeah.
Gav's done a Prost and I'm just going to do what I need to do. I only needed this many points, I'm going to take this many points, and I'm going to take the title.
The funniest bit is their teammates in Tier 3.
They are.
And title rivals in MRC-X, so... I wonder how friendly that's been in the old Aston garage this season. But, I mean, they haven't actually raced together much, in all honesty.
I'm going to say they haven't, have they?
But, yeah, I mean, me and Gav had the worst season of our lives together last season, so...
You mowing the grass in your barber shop.
To be honest, the Alfa Romeo is a very good lawnmower.
It can be a very good race winner as well, as I proved when I took yours to the win in Japan.
True, but still, we didn't need to talk about that.
It's not Bruno, you know.
No, honestly, I'm so bad at Japan, I don't know how I finished first and second. In like the 2 races I've ever raced there in MRC. But...
Well, yeah. I thought it was awful before we did the Tier 3 race in Season 6. And then I scraped a podium out of it because I practiced like crazy all week. Kid Dynamite's trying to overtake G-Star around the outside at Stowe.
He's done it! Oh
wow.
My god, what a move!
That's not helpful for G-Star in the title fight though.
It's really, really not. Kid Dynamite's
he will be now praying that Kid can get up there and challenge the leaders.
I tell you something though,
the tyres.
He's got 6 laps. He's on mediums against 2 hard runners. Kid Dynamite could take second here.
If he's got the pace, he could take first. There's still
That's a pretty big
6.5 laps.
It's a reasonably big gap, and Saviour's on the same tyre, but it could happen.
Ooh, Mr. Hills might be back from Brazil.
Ooh,
that'd be good.
That could be interesting. I mean, he was right with these guys for a long time, and then obviously he had to go away and had a few. I think he had a bad race in one of them, but he was the man sort of still in the title fight.
Well, that reminds me of, I think it was Season 7 when I was in the Elite tier. I was in the fight for a bit and then all of a sudden just dropped it.
I remember that actually. You started the first 3 races. I think you won the first one of the season, didn't you?
Race 2, the Canadian. I think it was the first one I raced though.
Yeah, because you in Canada.
I was quite low down on the reserve list. I was supposed to be on comms that week. And then it was, well, you're the next one to reserve. So we're like, can somebody cover me on comms, please? I want to race Canada.
Oh, I remember
and I
that
ended up winning it.
You was gonna, because you was gonna step in, and then Bailey stepped in last minute.
Yeah, Bailey stepped in.
You go and race.
I was in the comms box, wasn't I? And then Bailey stepped in for me.
Yeah, because Bailey just got home in time. So then I said, you go race, Bailey will come. Because I know you love Canada. So.
And ended up winning it. It's the only time I've won X overall. I've had a few podiums, but normally I'm nowhere near.
My most iconic X moment was you, Gav, and Mark.
No, we do not talk about that.
That was amazing. That honestly, I just remember the shell shock on me and Bailey's, like, the comms went silent.
Imagine getting mugged by them two.
And being in a party with them at the same time. I wish you were on driver comms as well. I think you might have been.
No, I think them two were on driver comms. I wasn't in a party with anyone that night. And I've got one on one side, one on the other. I'm getting absolutely mugged. Kid Dynamite's got wheel marks on the old pit straight.
I bet Bailey is sweating because this could be a big points haul for Saviour if Kid gets him.
I think if Kid gets him, Saviour may take the lead in the championship.
He will take the lead, yeah. You're right.
It'd be very, very tight.
Oh
with
my God.
one round to go. Is Saviour... I mean... Saviour had the championship last season, he had it in Season 7. Can he stop being greedy and let somebody else have a go?
He's the MRC-X GOAT at this point, I think it's fair to say.
And he'd be the only one since we reinstated it to do back-to-back titles.
He might actually be the MRC GOAT, because if he wins it this season, he'd have more titles than anyone else in MRC history.
Yeah, he'd have 4.
Because he's equal with Jay Sarge at the moment.
Yeah, 3 apiece.
So, I think he could be making a claim here to be the greatest of all time in MRC. But
yeah, he might. I mean, he's quite humble about it, so he probably wouldn't. But
Xavier and Sarge are like the Hamilton and Schumacher. I'm not going to make a controversial comment this time because otherwise...
I'll let you decide which one's which.
Kid's taking Bailey!
Yep, round the outside at Brooklands, which gives him the inside full of field. Hey. Now
considering what? Kid was last at the start of the sprint race because of the spin.
Now can he catch Xavier? I mean, I know it's 5.5 seconds.
But it's Kid Dynamite.
Kid Dynamite is absolutely ridiculous at Silverstone.
Yeah, how do you think I'm actually quite good at Silverstone? I go to him.
He did the last first in a 100% race and overtook Jay Sarge on the final lap, who had been leading the whole race. Yeah. And then loses it on the final lap to Kid Dynamite, who just came through the pack like a absolute stormer.
That reminded me of Button and Vettel in Canada 2011.
Yeah, the difference is Sarge didn't make a mistake, he just got caught. Whereas Vettel actually made a mistake, didn't he?
Yeah. But I tell you something though, do you reckon Gav is probably the happiest person ever to come across the line in last here?
Probably, because it still means he gets his title.
And he's been very excited and boisterous about this all week. So,
I mean, we can ask him afterwards, because I'm hoping he's going to jump in the comms box.
That's if he even knows that he's won it. I don't know if he's probably questioning everything in his head right now.
I'll demand he comes in.
Yeah. But, I mean, we know he's done it so far, so...
He's not daft. He can add things up, he'll know he's done it. He knows he only needs 8 points.
Yeah. I'll tell you something though, he's literally going to take 8 points. No, he's not. He's getting 6 for this race, isn't he? No, 8. He's getting 8 just from this race, and then
8 from this race, and he got he's taking 11 when he needed 8, so he'll know he's got it.
Yeah, no, he's fine then. But I tell you something, Kid Dynamite's taken nearly a second out of Xavier here.
He's not taken a lot this lap though. He took it the last lap.
Yeah. So
Bailey's really under pressure from Womack still.
I think Bailey's running slightly lower wings because Womack doesn't seem to be able to get near him in a straight line, even though he seems to be getting better traction than Bailey out of every corner. So, but look at G-Star, he's right on the rear of Womack's.
Well, he desperately needs to get past Womack's.
Yeah, he's going to be hunting that one because his points loss isn't going to be dreadful to Bailey as it's well, it is actually. I mean, he's going to take 10 Bailey, it'll be 5 points. And he's going to be losing 15 points to Xavier, so...
Plus what he lost in the sprint as well, which was only a couple, but...
Does this rules G-Star at the championship now?
I don't think it does, because he's only 5 points behind Bailey.
Okay, he might be alright then.
All three will still be in it next week.
Yeah.
What order it'll be, I can't guarantee until I actually mock it up and have a look.
Yeah, it's gonna be...
I think it's gonna be Xavier, Bailey, G-Star.
Oh, G-Star had a look into confidence fucker. Wow,
that was very, very close.
That really was. But now Womack's actually lining up Bailey.
He is as well. Let's see we'll stay on board with it, see what happens.
Into the S section, but he's backed out now down the straight. Bailey seems to get a better exit this time, but G-Star's actually got the run slightly, but he's not going to be close enough. These three are hammer and tong at the moment.
They really are.
G-Star's actually got the better tyre as well, I've just picked up on. He's actually on the mediums. I thought he was on the hard, but...
Mark's not going to want to see that. Soze's like 8.5 seconds ahead of him.
It's fine. He's got till Monday to sort that setup and fine tune it. So,
I think he had a little bit of an issue, didn't he?
I mean, he did during the session. Oh, G-Star's linked on the inside. There's contact.
No,
with him.
G-Star's round. No,
G-Star.
Can he get going before Soze gets there? I think he has.
Yeah, he's just about safe, but I think it might have been a little bit of move of desperation, a little bit from G-Star there.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it pops up in the stewards and we can have a proper look, but...
Yeah.
sometimes
I was on board with G-Star, funnily enough, for it, and
might have been better to hold back and wait another day for that one.
It was unlucky, yeah.
I don't think Kid's going to get Sabia now.
Yeah, he's not closing anywhere near enough.
He's taken nearly another half a second, but he's only got just over a lap. He's in Maggots and Beckett's. He's nearly at the end of the lap. One more lap after this, I think Sabia will hang on.
He's going to be...
Well, he's just taken another 3/10, but it's not going to be enough.
With half his ERS, Kid has none. So even if Kid does show up, Sabia's got some defence. Right, they're starting the final lap. Gav, get your parade and your donuts ready. And throw them Heineken bottles away from you very quickly.
You can have the bottles as soon as you cross the finish line.
Yeah, you can crack them open, you can pop the champagne, you can do whatever you like. Just make it to the end of the lap and a half.
Keep an eye on Womax because he's still all over the back of Bailey.
I'll tell you something, if Womax managed to get Bailey on this lap, that could be absolutely huge in the title race. That would be 13-point gain for Sabia. But let's see. He's got the DRS. He's not going to be close enough on this occasion, so...
He gains, but not enough. I think Womax has actually got slightly less ERS than Bailey, and that's saying something. But neither of them's got a lot.
Yeah. They both have very similar, let's put it that way. But, let's see.
G-Star's also incredibly low. But I mean, kudos to the top 5, not one of them has a penalty.
And they've all been pretty much attacked. I mean, other than since the pit stop, where Sabia had the medium, they've all been pretty much attached to each other the entire race, haven't they? So...
They've had a very eventful race, that's for sure. They've all been pushing like crazy, and not one of them has picked up a penalty.
Kids let them both through. Kids out of fuel.
Oh, wow.
No, he's not. Actually, he's just let those guys go for it. I think he's done it for the title battle to be
I think he has,
fair.
but there we go, Sabia wins it.
Yeah, but Bailey...
Chris Bailey is second, Womax is third, G-Star's going to come through fourth. Give him a round of applause for that sportsmanship. Kid Dynamite takes fifth. Kiza Soze is going to take sixth. No, he's not. He's going to take seventh. Danny will take sixth. Scottish Ninja eighth.
Yeah.
Mr. Hodgson will come through ninth. Sergeant Uncle Sam will be 10th. He's just exiting the complex now with Monster right behind him.
I flicked to Gavin. I'm very surprised to see him like. I thought he'd be like driving around in first gear just for this lap.
Yeah. So Uncle Sam takes 12th, Loppy 13th, Bit 14th, Ghost Rider 15th, Smoggy Ghost 16th, Schofield is coming through 17th. Eventually.
And
he takes 16th. Here he comes. Our first champion of season 10. It's the Gav.
And it's his maiden win.
It certainly is. Now he best get his butt in this chat.
This is where he's crying and he just comes in floods of tears. But that'll be me if I do it Wednesday, so I won't laugh at him. But come on, Gav, get yourself hit.
You best do, otherwise I'm going to jump chats and hound him.
He did promise us, to be fair. He did actually promise us, but... And the worst podium celebration of all time may go to Saviour. But... Ooh, that was tense.
It really was. That's literally a case of Danny's done the best he can. Gav's just done what he needed to do. Here he comes, our first champion of season 10, Challenger Cheer champion, Gavin Jenkins. How are you feeling?
Do you know what? If there was ever a race where you need to just deliver a number of points or a place, and it never goes to plan, ever, do you know what? It's been a long season. Despite I finished the first 3 races, and never actually thought I'd get anywhere, and then I found myself in good places and consistent. Yeah, that's weird. I can call myself a champion. I put a wee trophy in front of my name.
You
You're going to
can.
have your name in the Hall of Champions now.
Woohoo!
So, I mean, you can celebrate like David Coulthard on a Friday night. I can imagine that's probably.
David Coulthard on a Friday night.
Apparently, he was a bit of a menace when he was on his boat. So yeah.
Yeah, I can
You get him
imagine.
down the pub, and you're going to start looking like Bailey's car very quickly.
Oh God. Do you know what? And again, Danny had to deliver a certain result, and he did. But over the course of the season, he's driven well. I'm sure he'll be up there next season.
I'm pretty sure he will, because if you race X next season, you'll have to be in elite now.
I know. But I will take everything that I can, because this has been a difficult slog, and this race wasn't easy.
Well, the Heineken bottles I gave you, can I have them back, please?
Yeah, you can.
Actually, no, give them after Wednesday.
let's put it this way. Yeah, there's certain incidents today which nearly derailed me, but I'm glad I'm here.
Well, you're
You're here. You're the champion.
Thank
Big
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And welcome to Champion Circle.
Woohoo!
I believe we have another champion in here actually as well, Mr. Hodgson.
Yes, he's been keeping me very
I
calm.
thought you were talking about yourself then.
I was just coerced. I was coerced into joining.
You were coerced into joining. That is right. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
you could be potentially filling the Hall of Champions again this season.
Yeah. I'm on the back foot. Put it that way. After tonight, I'm definitely on the back foot. But work to do over the weekend. But I think that Monday, next two Mondays are going to be nail biting,
Sweaty?
and it's definitely very, very. So it's definitely one to watch. Both races, Tier 2 are going to be incredible battles. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve's got some insane pace around here as well. So that's yeah, definitely. I think sweaty is definitely a good term to use. But no, first thing is definitely Gav. Well, wow. Epic, mate. Fantastic.
Thank
welcome
you.
to the winner's circle, welcome to the champion circle, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think next week this leads us to what's probably one of the most exciting weeks we've had at MRC, because you've got the Tier 2 showdown between you and Kaiser. You've got the Tier 1, where I think Ujoni could win it next week. And
I think he probably will win it this week.
Avanash could also become a champion next week as well. So
Well, so could you with a good result.
yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But but Bailey as well. You got the Bailey showdown next Friday. Bailey
God.
and G-Star and Saviour. Ooh,
Yeah, that is going to be an
nail-biting.
absolute nail-biting showdown.
Yeah,
Yep.
that really is.
So we could potentially by this time next week have all champions crowned.
yeah,
Nice.
Brazil
Oh, no, we
could just
couldn't.
become fun races.
I don't
No,
think
Tier 2 won't be done next week. Well, it could be.
it could be,
potentially
but we don't want it to
I
go that way.
hope not.
I was going to say, Mark's probably thinking, no, please.
No, please no.
But I reckon we could potentially have all the others done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tier 1 and Tier 4 look pretty much locked on anyway. Tier 3 does if Connor keeps his bottle at bay, so...
That's why I gave them
It's-
scouts for
That's
that.
It's
the one to
alright,
watch,
yeah.
folks. Everybody one to watch.
He gave it back to. He gave it to me tonight. That's never the fun.
But you ignored them and brought the car home, so that's what's important, and now you're part
Yes.
of that champion circle,
But-
that all-elusive
Exactly.
champion circle. So.
There we go then,
Yes.
guys. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations again, Gav.
Thank you.
Let it sink in a little bit, and I'm sure we'll speak over the weekend.
Have a
Exactly.
Hodgie rum.
Exactly. That's
Or
it.
whatever you want to drink. But for everybody watching, it's good night from us.
Yeah,
Toodaloo.
Good night.